In 1997, good luck. So we've not played before, no head-to-head score. Let's stick to the normal carol. Okay, I'm going to take with a queen this game, just to get out of the more standard theory. It's about -1 near enough now. Opponent has how many? 7,500 games, very good. Just check and drop back. It's definitely a better setup for white. I'm just getting out of the more standard theory a little bit earlier. Very risky in rapid chess, of course. Something you should do more in bullet or blitz, really, but we're just mixing it up a little bit. But can we get the bishop out before pawn up, or do we need an immediate pawn up? Well, that move might allow us to do that, actually. Let's get the bishop first. Maybe even trade the bishop, unless he goes f3 now. Then we're just trying to push our pawn up. Well, he actually has done that. Wow. Yeah, I'll drop back then. I did not expect him to play f3. He might even be looking at queenside here. He might do. So we could throw another check back in. Is pawn up a move first? I don't think it is. I could just drop back. I can throw another check in. He'll just play knight up, won't he? So I don't like that. So where do we want to be? I'm just going to come back to the start, I think. I'm trying to just play e6, getting ready for d5, which obviously could come at any moment. Not a great one. And yeah, because it's rapid, I should have just stuck to the book move and taken with a pawn, but it's just mixing it up, just get that little bit of variety. But if opponent knows what they're doing, we could be in a lot of bother this game. Now I could throw a check in now. Sorry, a take in now, takes and then a check in. We hit a pawn, but it's maybe getting a bit adventurous, and we're conceding a bishop while our opponent has still got there, so I'll just drop back. If we give up our light squared bishop, opponent gets theirs on a nice square, it's going to be very difficult just simply trying to castle, for instance, and he could go really attacking and push down the board anywhere. Might do that, would not surprise me. But it's, at the end of the day, both of us have got to try and get our king somewhere. We've got no kingside development whatsoever yet, so that's a little bit of a problem, which is why you don't really deviate from the main lines most of the time. Okay, I think e6 is pretty essential there. He's still going to be able to blast forward at some point, isn't he? So I'm probably in a bit of bother here. If he comes forward now, takes, there we take. There's going to be all sorts of checks coming in. It might not end very well. He's played forward. That might allow me to develop my bishop. There is a check potential. No, I've got to go here first, don't I? Yeah. I've got to go here just because of this annoying potential check. I was looking at bishop up with a view to trading it. But if I come off this diagonal, the knight check is really irritating, so it might be a move now, but I'm challenging this knight first. He might even want me to take to bring the pawn across. Could do. But yeah, this is why you don't generally get adventurous in openings in the slow games. Unless you've studied it and you know what you're doing, because you can be likely to go wrong in bullet blitz. Fine. If it goes wrong, you just get on with the next game. Yeah, knight takes knight. I'd expect pawn takes rather than the knight takes. That could be quite dangerous, but it mixes it up, doesn't it? That's what he's gone for. He's allowing us to take. So do we need to take? Because if here, and we can then develop our bishop, he's got to trade the bishop or retreat. It opens the fall, but I'm gonna risk it. I think he'll go with a pawn. He could go with a knight, and then we could always trade and do that anyway, but oh, he has. See, I didn't think he would, and he has. So now I can throw this check in and maybe get one of his pieces to drop back, and then we can get castled. But he's just stepped up and ignored it completely. So if we take here, I mean, we can check and you've got bishop back, but we can take, then check. You might have to push up with the pawn. Bishop back, we win a pawn. So does it matter how I do this? Probably. But let's just castle, shall we? Let's just castle, get it done. But it's tempting to take it. He's hit my bishop. So again, I could just drop back, but queen check's no good now. He blocks. But bishop takes. If he takes here, I just drop back. If he takes, maybe I've even got queen here. Actually, let's drop back here for now and see if he comes forward and really comes forward, because we can challenge the bishop. We're just going to lose this diagonal now, but try and put pressure on the centre. But I'm looking at gambling and giving up the bishop here to go for queen up or queen up. Now that wasn't a move that was on the radar. So that's a little bit of a problem. Okay, so bishop back, knight takes. That's no good. Pawn up. My bishop is trapped, so I can't do that. I've got queen up, I guess, but if I play bishop back, I still hang this, but then the bishop's loose, right? I'm going to have to go here, aren't I? I'm looking at bishop back now to try and deal this knight. I guess he can just play pawn down though and let me take and plant the pawn. I've gone a bit wrong this game, haven't I? All from not playing the opening in the correct principled way. So my opponent just needs to do something about his king. Maybe rook across and king behind, or he could come this way. Yeah, that's what he's gone for. Yeah, it might have been nice to trade there as well. So how do we do this? There's no way to obviously get forward. I could come back here now and hit the knight and allow pawn down. I have a feeling I've probably got to play f6, don't I, and come back this way. Here, he's going to fly down the board. No, but I'm going to risk it. I'm going to stick to principle this time. Very, very dangerous what I've done here, isn't it? Very dangerous, so... No, I've got to drop back there as well. He probably played g4. I might have to still play a move like f6 to solidify. He might even line up just a crazy sacrifice. Yeah, he's played queen over now. So do I go up and try and sack? Bishop down is a move. If queen takes, we can take, I think. So pawn up. Knight across, queen takes, rook over. Knight takes. I might have to play knight up here. This one has gone wrong. Knight up. If queen takes, maybe just the rook across. Queen back takes. He takes my bishop. No, it's no good, is it? None of it's any good. So bishop back. If queen takes, I can take here. So bishop back's a potential move, and then pawn. Yeah, I don't see anything else. I'm just going to drop the bishop back. He has played pawn down really quickly, so can I go forward now? I think I can, because if beyond passants I can take the knight, but he might be able to come in anyway, but it's 2 pieces for the rook, so if he takes I might have to take back. We just have to work it out. And then something like knight across would be nice, but no, he's doing well here and I'm being very sloppy. That's not a good combination. He can just chip away at this structure as well. Oh, he's offered a bishop trade. My bishop is very passive, doing nothing, and he's got a very strong bishop, and he's offered to trade it. I'm going to have to take that. Now I've got a chance to get my knight across, unless he's trying to line up this sack. But I've got to try, don't I? Get my knight into play. Now the rooks are connected. He might be doing this to line up a sack. He might even sack immediately, but I don't think it's good immediately. But am I threatening to push? Does he just simply come across? I think he does. But if he played rook across, I've got bishop takes. I think. If takes, he takes here. That's alright. So e5 might be a potential move. I mean, rook across now probably kills that move. But he's launched this side instead. So can I play e5 now? If he pushes, I just take the bishop. Rook across, I take the knight. If he takes, I take back. If bishop takes, I take. If pawn takes, I take the queen. I think it's forced, isn't it? I think I kind of have to play e5. I don't think there's any other realistically playable move. So let's take the knight. But if takes, I'm threatening to force the queen off. If the queen comes off, it's a lot easier to play. Well, not easy, but you know what I mean, compared to what I've got. Okay, so I think I just take here now. He can't take with a pawn, he loses the queen. He's gone with a bishop. but I can get rid of it. He'll have to go with the rook. So now I assume I play rook across, threatening to take, and he'll double up here. Is the worst of it past? Do we go with this rook to go here? No, I think we go this one. Maybe even f6 might be a move to try and reinforce the defences. But he would then have a potentially annoying check. So I can trade here. Gain a rook, lose a queen, gain a queen, lose a rook. Rook across somewhere, but he's got rook down, he's got the initiative. He's got the initiative. So I think I need to just charge the rook directly. But obviously we are threatening to take it now if he ignores it. If he takes it's a check, so it's a safe pre-move, otherwise I've maybe got a queen check on h2 to get round the back. But I'm threatening to simply take the rook now. So he can trade, he can push a pawn forward and guard the rook, he can drop the rook back. He's got options. He may play other rook across or queen over. But if he played other rook across, I'm okay to take. Rook takes, then queen takes. But now I'm threatening an annoying check to get round the back, and he can't step this way because of this rook. So check is a threat. Maybe he's got time to jump across. But it feels like it's better than it was, doesn't it? It's better than it was. Still tricky, but it's a better position than what it looked like it was. But king across stops us getting in, so it's probably sensible. It's whether we can then get the rook forward. Maybe we push here because he's got an isolated pawn. How do I get my rook here? That's something I'm trying to do. And that's a threat though, just to get round the back. I mean, he can go here and I can check and he can just come back. It's not a knockout blow, it's just an annoying move. Or I can check and try and collect a pawn. Okay, get the cursor off the board. We'll worry about it when it's our move. Let our opponent worry about their move. Yeah, this is why you generally stick to good principles in openings. If you play slightly offbeat lines, they are a good chance they can go wrong. Yeah, he's seen the move, he's seen it, so what do we do? I've got potentially queen across, threatening a check. Takes, rook takes, and take here. That looks alright, and if he pushes here, I just trade, and worst case, we'll level. So queen across has got to be a candidate move. But do I go on the dark square and try and come here? But I don't see how I get to his king. Now I could go here and try and clog the center. I guess I've got clog the center for now. Maybe rook behind and just push the pawn. That seems alright as well, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm going to go here for now and clog the center. Maybe just rook across. Put pressure on this pawn because it's not easy to defend. I can just throw in a pawn here to guard my structure. He's come forward. That might allow us to go here. We've got to check here potentially. How do we make that progress? Do I play a rook up here? Do I come here, hit the pawn? Maybe I can threaten this. Maybe I can just push now, takes and across. So here, if he takes, say, a rook behind, you can guard it in two ways, here or here, and you guard your pawn. I'm not seeing that knockout. Okay, let's just push up one for now while I try and figure it out. I don't want to burn all my clock. I'm up that little bit, a tiny bit of time on the clock. I don't want to lose it all. But I could just do this, but it feels like he's just making a few little mistakes. Can we find a way to take advantage of it? No, compared to what it was, he's still fine, I think, fundamentally. But rook up now, if he comes across, we can trade and grab this pawn. He can check up and he takes here. And then we can maybe check and grab a pawn here. Worst case, we'll level. I'm going to play that because I'm burning too much clock. So we could go into this line now then and take the pawn. He'll check up. You know, I can check and collect the pawn, but he's got to check here. So I can check the guard here, and then he can check here, back, check, and it's a repetition, which we don't really want if we can help it. If I could get the queen off, that would be good. I don't quite see how. I could gamble with a move like pawn forward and break his structure up. Oh, there, he's got a check here, hasn't he? So I need to try and check and get on this diagonal, but then I'll lose my pawn. I'm going to check here for now, and maybe here if he comes forward, and then try and push up or something. I expect he'll took the king away, but I might actually check here. But he's got a pretty much a repetition. If I take this pawn, I think he just checks and checks, and he can repeat all day long. It's too big a gamble to do this and this, and he comes here anyhow. So this is where I thought I'm better off checking. So I'm going to do that. Yeah, I've lost my time advantage now. There might be nothing whatsoever I can do here. But if he checks here, trade, I think that would be good for us. But now I can check here and get round the back maybe. So check here, check. He just goes back, doesn't he? I'm going to gamble then and see if he mixes it up. He can check and take, but it breaks the structure up. So does he do it? He can't check here. He can take the pawn, but then I might be able to check and collect. Or I can just trade, and he's got a broken pawn structure. He could go with the pawn, of course he could, and then worst case he's probably guaranteed a draw. It's like I'm trying to lose the game in it. Well, see, I'm trying to win it. Pawn takes, maybe queen back, trade. He has gone with the pawn, so I've got to do something. Let's check. Okay, let's check. I expect he'll just drop back. But I can maybe check here and trade, but it's just worse for me, isn't it? But if I take here, he can just check and check all day long. Oh, he's got adventurous. He's come forward. I mean, I can check here and hit the pawn as well, but... Wait, I can check this side now, though, can't I? Let's check this side and see what he does. See if he blocks. I can check here if he does. He's playing for the win, isn't he? He's playing for the win, and he might well get it. I've gambled, and I probably shouldn't have gambled. If I check here now, he's got queen blocks, and that's game over. That's no good. So let's check here. I'm pushing him into an attack, aren't I? So here, I'll have to check here. Block, I'll have to check here, I think. Try and get my queen back. Yeah, that's what he's gone for. So I've got to check so he doesn't have any chance to get across this side. I mean, obviously right now he couldn't anyway, but... Danger alert, danger alert. Now, can I find a check and win a pawn? I just don't see it. I do not see it. There's one of them though. He's done tremendously well. Can I tuck my king away? Has he got this? I've gambled and it's gone wrong, hasn't it? Take the pawn. Why I did that, I've no idea. It's gone horribly, horribly wrong. The best I can do is try and repeat. Oh, he did want to repeat. He wanted to repeat. Okay, so we've got a draw. I think he was winning that one. Let's just see what it was in engine speak. Pause so we don't accidentally start another game. So we've got 55 moves. They're the move times for both players. I played that offbeat line in the opening. Something you're more playing bullet or blitz maybe, and it's just gone very, very wrong. Yeah, he's completely winning plus 5.6. So he's very unlucky not to win that one. He'll have a missed win somewhere there. Obviously, but at our amateur level, it's never as easy. The elite players make it look a lot easier than it actually is. So we played, what, 89 versus 88 on the accuracy. So I actually have a slightly better accuracy figure. and a slightly better centre pawn figure. And yeah, I should have lost the game, so that's like a little bit odd with the figures, isn't it? Yeah, never really better. Won technically for one move there, move 27, but the opponent's played that really, really well. So yeah, this is a line I normally play more. You can see it's plus 0.9. I already know that. It's like effectively +1 for white. Just to get out of the more standard theory early, but it's a rapid game, it's dangerous. Yeah, I should have developed the knight instead of the bishop there. I got my opening moves all wrong here, and I should have gone the check instead of coming back. Then I should have taken the knight, oddly enough, instead of dropping back as well. That was something I was going to do, wasn't it? So I should have done that. But then just go calm, steady g6 to try and neutralize this bishop on the diagonal. So this is the main line. There's always something to learn in every game of chess you play. Get castled, get your king safe, same for our opponent, then worry about what to do. That's what I should have done. Then here it's back to level. It's basically level until move 46 when we've gone wrong. So let's have a relatively quick flick through. Yeah, I should have just dropped back here as well. But I've survived this relatively okay. Now here I should have just gone up 1 and not 2. I should have just stepped up 1, not 2, threatening to take the pawn back. But this is all just level. Many moves to come yet. This is all okay. So we've managed to neutralize the position. Yeah, I should have played f6 to kick the rook. But we've managed to get a playable position now. And then we've just gone a bit wrong. Okay, so this was all okay. It was right not to take that pawn. These moves are actually all okay. And here, that's our first mistake. We should have checked here. That's our first main mistake. It's still level here. And you can see our blunder's just coming up. So queen to 8 a blunder. I should have just checked here instead of coming to the corner. Should have just given another check. And then presumably I drop back. What should I have done? Just says queen to e3, doesn't give a full line. But from this point, we're just basically lost for the rest of the game. The opponent should find a way to play on here instead of repeating, but obviously he hasn't seen the finish. So he's just, we've got to draw out of it. So tough game. So very well done.